alive.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Lost Depths of Phandelver. Hope everyone had a good week.
Oh,
Busy.
Yes?
Yeah.
Busy?
Manageable.
Nice.
It's not bad.
All right. Well, that's good.
One day
Well.
we're gonna have a positive answer.
I know, you're going to throw me off. You're going to be like, what?
One of these days.
God, there's my little mutant arm for him. So bad.
Oh, it looks really good, actually.
I feel like I'm drawing with like crayons, and Death is like has like AI drawing, like
She's got
AI perfection.
the super high quality pencil crayons, and you're doing the Crayolas.
Dude, I'm like a caveman with just like scrawling on the walls here.
Painting with your finger from paint made out of leaves and mud.
That's
great.
All right. The amulet of Athazar was left with Fythe Shadestone, a stranger who had traveled from far away to investigate potentially malicious affairs of the infamous Croc Boss. As our party attended the gathering held by the Croc Boss, Fythe succumbed to the amulet's effects, causing him to irrationally banish D1's homunculus Rummy to a cavern near his hometown. Aliva and Brandy left the gathering to attend to Fythe. Brandy reclaimed possession of the amulet, learning that Fythe had 3 more items capable of teleporting 3 people to the caverns where Rummy was sent. While still in telepathic communication with Aliva and Brandy, the rest of the group learns that live cargo is to be exchanged near the docks at sundown. And then, while waiting in line to see the Croc Boss, overhear an exchange between the boss and 2 dwarven delegates over protection from orcs that had been raiding their land for payment in gold. Exceptionally crafted weapons and skillful digging of secret underground passages if needed. As sundown approaches, Brandy and Aliva, outside by the docks, see the dock dinghy of the 3 strange sailors who had previously knocked on the door of the dock house before making their way to the boss's gathering. Then, looking out to sea, a large ship is spotted, anchored about 500 feet out. Back at the gathering under the inn, a little mouse darts back and forth along the upper level of the stage as Ronan, Griff, and D1 reach the front of the line to converse with the boss. Relaying that they had attempted to kill Trebre, they show the constructed remains found in place of the wizard's corpse, as the Croc Boss replies, "So let's talk." And that's where we're going to begin this evening.
Oh yeah.
Evilly excited.
Return to
Ha.
cliffhanger.
So this is going to be cool because first, Rummy.
Ooh, ooh.
Burnate in the countryside.
All right. All right, Mr. Rummy. You remember kind of coming down a long hallway here from south to north, kind of making your way through. And just before you kind of get up over kind of an edge, there's like kind of like an incline here in level. And you kind of see kind of over to kind of off to your left, as you kind of scout around, the light seems to be coming from a left chamber, like I said, just to the west of you here. As you kind of tumble in through a very small opening, Rummy, you notice it's probably about 60 feet, very, very narrow corridor. in the cavern here. Do you wish to proceed?
Yeah, he's sort of searching just for way out, basically.
Sure, yeah. And you begin to move closer and further on D1. And what you see first, let me give you a perspective. How about that?
Alright.
Can you see that?
Yes.
All right, good. This is kind of what you see. You kind of make your way up through kind of an entrance here. It's kind of a carved notches in the cave here, almost like stairs, up to an upper balcony, or not balcony, an upper level here, where you kind of look in, and to your amazement, it's lit up. And what you see is cave paintings, many cave paintings. As a matter of fact, as soon as you reach your little body into this corridor here, this room, the chamber itself, Rummy, opens up into a wider chamber depicting probably four or five panels on the walls, all with different kind of paintings, painted into the wall. It's almost telling a story, if you will. Give me 1 second here.
Damn, now that is cave art.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a panoramic here. Kind of. So as you look around, Rummy, just watch your screen.
Mm-hmm.
On your left, you see what seems to be a great battle of sorts. You definitely make out there seems to be different tribes of different villages, cultures, and a central kind of building on top. Let me on the far corner, Rummy. As you get closer, you can see the crystals in this area of the cave kind of shine a little bit brighter, kind of giving glow to this mural in front of you here, which you can actually make out are demons and beasts. There's a couple of dragons. There's some kind of a very large monstrous form in the sky with wings spread. You can see there are tentacles kind of wrapped around different areas of the people here, and then down below, a vast war between what seems like demons and humans and orcs, which seem to be standing on the same side of one another in unity, fighting against this enemy. As you begin to look around to the other side, also, Rummy, you can see this mural has some winged creatures on it. A large gold disc, kind of on the left corner of upper corner of the mural, as well as a large structure that seems to have runes and features carved in it. They seem to almost be lit up by the purple and blue glow from the crystals kind of in this area of the room here, which you can tell have not been touched by anyone. Seemingly no one's come in here to mine anything. Seems to be a sacred place, possibly. You look around and you see one more painting in front of you on the wall. It's vast, Rummy. It extends from the floor all the way to the ceiling, which the ceiling is probably like a good 17, 18 feet high from the floor. And it's a giant humanoid creature wearing a kind of a tribal looking mask with fire all around them. There seems to be people all around him kind of giving him praise, dragons, people, fey creatures, orcs. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm just gonna make mental notes while I'm conversing with the boss, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna telepathically relay what I'm seeing to Aliva and Brandy.
Okay.
With basically a message saying these are some descriptions of some cave paintings where Rummy was sent. Maybe question Bias and see if he knows what any of these mean.
Not that he can see this, but I would roll my eyes instead of talking about it again.
Yeah. Another thing we could ask Bias is if, I mean, he banished Rummy to where he is. Can he bring him back?
Now that is a good question. Now, right now, Fiath is terrified of Rummy and thinks he's a demon and is trying to kill everybody.
That's funny because there's a lot of demons in these cave paintings that I'm seeing, and I wonder if there's some kind of connection between that and what he thinks Rummy might be.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely, when we were talking to him, he seemed very, not himself from where we talked to him previously, and very suspicious of Rummy, and you as well. I don't think he would summon back Rummy even if we asked him to, because he is quite afraid
Pretty
of
sure
him.
we already asked him.
Not so too.
Well, there might take some more physical convincing, if you know what I mean, but
I mean, I've got someone here who's pretty strong. She probably can help beat him up.
I really don't want to talk to him again, but
yeah, I mean, that's an option. I'm gonna see if we can get Rummy back here in other means.
They're
He
so
found
cool.
some crystals that are very interesting. Maybe ask Bias about the crystals in his cave. Are they valuable? What are they? Do they have any significant meaning? Are they worth retrieving? You could ask him that.
Damn.
is nothing happening in this crock boss conversation? Are you just still waiting in line?
So this is kind of right before that. I'm sorry. I should probably
Oh, okay.
explain
Oh, the
that.
timeline? Yeah, I was sort of wondering too.
He's multitasking.
Yeah, I was wondering
Yeah.
the same thing.
This is just right before. So this is as you guys are in line, waiting for the two dwarves to get finished.
Oh, okay,
up.
okay.
I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that.
He's just staring at us.
Mental.
Okay,
Quietly.
I'll say that.
I'm just trying to get through these with Rummy so that he has that, the info. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, we probably could go back quickly and ask Faya some questions. I have a feeling it's not going to be very fruitful.
Yeah, well, maybe just ask him about the crystals. Are they worth
Yeah.
retrieving? Because if I don't,
We can ask him about where he sent him and see what he says.
Yeah, well, if we don't need to get the crystals back, I can just kill off
Dismiss
Rummy
him.
and
Yeah.
make a new one.
Well, then, yeah. I mean, we can go question him. He's probably just laying around, being weird.
Yeah, ask him. I guess just ask him about the crystals and maybe about the cave paintings. I'm not sure what you guys think you can get him to talk about or not.
I mean, I think we're relatively close by where he's hanging out at.
Yeah. All right, we'll just throw that out for you guys.
Okay. Let you guys. So what's the plan?
I mean, I think I would go. I would be. I feel like I would go talk to that weird man.
You guys want to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
go back there and bully him again.
We're a little bit bored, so.
Could be another
Just
intimidation.
lashing out. You're like, fuck it. We need someone
Talk
to
to
kick
us!
around. It's great.
All right. Damn.
Just imagine Fiat slowly regaining his sense of calmness, and suddenly it's we're back.
Hey, what are you doing in here? We got some questions for you.
So you're kind of Brandy. Are you still in the dock?
I think I had moved closer
I think you
towards
did.
Aliva.
That's right. Thank you. I didn't have it written down here.
So you gotta
Okay.
make a water just in case.
Perfect. So you guys are kind of side by side, making your way to Hedrick's house. Okay, perfect. You make your way closer to the house here, and you kind of both see. They passed you not too long ago, Brandy. You remember seeing them?
Yeah.
It was oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of my own NPC. You see the person that talked to the boss first.
Yeah.
Marcellus. Sorry. And they kind of move through the path here and back onto the road, kind of perpendicular where you guys are. The road that you haven't really explored, kind of the same direction that they came from. As you kind of move towards Hedrick's house, do you open the door and go inside?
Yeah.
All right. You step
inside. Were you able to see the person you said? Or is
yes.
My map is a lot lower. It's kind of fixated on the dot still.
Well, here. Let me give you a better... Bam. Do this one. This one might be better. As long as I have my stuff right. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Where did Brandy go? All right, token.
I'm in the Shadow Realms.
All right, token. This goes there. All right, perfect. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, the halfling's much bigger than the shutter.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I'm a big girl.
There we go.
No.
Hey. It's Mom.
Oh, it's awesome. Okay. Yeah, she's huge too, huh? So as you kind of make your way to Hedrick's house here, you see Marcel kind of going off to, in the distance here, kind of seemingly in that direction that you haven't all explored yet. But excuse me, but Brandy, through the eyes of bitters from your observation above the inn, that there is kind of a little hut back there of some sort.
Oh, yes.
So that's probably likely what you imagine where she's heading. She kind of, gets smaller and smaller in the distance here. As you kind of get closer to Hedrick's door here, do you open and go inside?
Yeah.
All right, so you open. Hedrick is kind of sitting there. He kind of looks over in your direction, kind of big-eyed, really quick, and then takes a breath, and then looks back over, like at the window, across the window, and you can see he's got like a flask, and he just takes a big swig of the flask there and like wipes his mouth, and you can see he's kind of like a little bit,
a little surprised.
Yeah, and he's definitely been drinking from what you can tell here. All right, what would you like to do?
I start off by saying, fear and alcohol do not go well together. And just give him a skeptical look.
He looks
Beer
over at you.
before liquor.
Well, I beg to differ.
You got any to share?
I sure do. And he hands it to you.
Hey, I take a swig.
All right. You smell, it's like really, really, really strong raspberry wine.
Oh, okay. I like it.
So yeah, so you take a big old swig of it?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Roll a Constitution check for me, Brandy.
Sure.
Let's see how well you're feeling, how well your belly's feeling today. A 12. You begin to feel the kind of the burn just as it kind of passes, goes down. You feel for a moment a little shaky, but then you know what? This is strong. This is like he's been drinking this for a while. You could tell this is quite strong. For the moment, there's no negative effects. You don't feel any different. You feel good. This is definitely great wine.
Yeah, well, I think I would try and loosen him up a little bit. So, okay. I'm winning him over with sharing his wine. And I go, oh, man, Fiath, we just had a couple more questions for you about my friend's, little companion that you kind of sent off into... Do you know where he's at?
Oh, you mean that evil little creature that looked at me funny?
Yeah, the very misunderstood small creature. Got 2 hands,
Yeah, he's the one that told me to take that bag and dive in the ocean and down into the depths. I sent him away, way far away. Roll a persuasion check, Brandy.
Okay.
You know, 2 hands, giant shark feet.
Yeah.
Teeth?
10.
Oh,
I sent him back to the long, far, far from here where my family lives. In the mines there, in the cave, in the mines. And where the shards.
in the shards.
Yeah, where they, they mine the magical crystal, the crystals there that kind of hold the, the residual magic from all that stuff, and they grind it up into powder, and they use it for inscriptions and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to roll now a Constitution save. Oh shit! As he kind of gets a little wobbly, you see him kind of burps a little and takes another big swig, looks in your direction. He won't be bothering us no more, though. Don't you worry about that.
Well, I mean, if you think he's such a risk, aren't you worried about, you said you have family there mining? Isn't that a risk for them?
No, my family was kicked out of there along with my sisters and we're the bloodline there. We belong there. We're the
who's
ones.
there now?
Some evil people that are there to mine and take the things that we are rightfully ours, but they're ours there. We're the keepers of the memories of the past and the secrets. We're the ones and not them.
I would interrupt and hold up my hand and say, "Can I try some of that after all?" With his wine.
Yeah, absolutely. He kind of
pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, here, have some. It's really good. We don't have much left though.
I would just take it and then hold on to it and then say, "Tell us more."
Nicely done. Nicely done. He kind of looks over at you, like wipes his his chin a bit here, and looks over. I'll tell you what. You just go ahead and you drink that, and we'll just wait for your friends to come back, and then we'll just get up and get the hell out of here before the place burns down to the ground. How about that?
No, I want you to tell us more about what you were talking about a second ago. What crystals and where exactly is this at?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Take the jug a little bit. I feel like I'm enticing him.
Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, I love it.
Roll a what?
Persuasion? Oh, D1, I love that. That's excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, dude. You're good at that. That is a 10?
Yep.
Well, what I'm sorry. What do you exactly is it you want to? So, I'll let you ask one of those questions. You get to choose.
Honestly, which one? Honestly, I'm even looking at Brandy like she should be leading this conversation.
Yeah, I think I would look at them and go, "You were talking about memories, keepers of memories. That sounded pretty cool."
Yeah, we got cavern of the frozen past. That's okay. Can I have some more, please? Of that. He kind of goes into a little story about. I'm trying to do my drunk, but I just can't do it.
It's hard.
He goes into a story about there's a cavern deep below the estate, the main estate. It's kind of the royal cavern, the one that they, that kind of keep out of the circulation of like mining. It's kind of a reserve, but it's the reason it's that way. He goes into a little bit of a story about they were entrusted long ago, their family, their bloodline, with keeping the memories of all of the past reclaiming so that they might be able to, at one point, figure out how to reverse the flow, so to speak, or stop the cycle, or break the connection. It's kind of awkward to explain. I'm trying to give it to you like without giving it to you, kind of, so that it's because he is drunk.
Right.
Yeah. Does he ever turn around by chance, like for any reason whatsoever?
Oh my gosh, yeah. He's gets up a little bit, walks around, sits back down.
Because if he ever turns his back on her, I would pour the rest of that drink into the nearest plant.
Okay, you got it. That's actually hilarious. I would say you don't need a roll for that. He's drunk. He's not paying attention. That's hilarious. So you just pour it kind of in a plant that's kind of sitting next to the door there.
Yeah.
Seems to be maybe just some kind of little fern or something. All right, perfect.
Looking to Brandy, are we done? Very much look over this conversation.
I'm very upset about the wine, but
yeah, he tells you. Let me just make sure I'm telling you all the stuff. The mural itself, all of the murals themselves tell a story of the cycle of the reclaiming and how it needs to be stopped. Otherwise, the first original evil will take over and bleed the dimensions. Yeah.
So, and he's a Shadestone, so he's kind of like a royal family.
Yeah.
But I think I would try and pinpoint him down and be like, so where is your royal estate located? Is it somewhere nearby?
It's really, really far east from here.
How far east? I need a boat? Can I walk there?
Well, boat would be helpful. It's kind of out the side of a spit of the land, kind of out the peninsula, and some islands out there, and some, some farmland.
All right.
Those black stones of yours, they could take us there?
Sorry?
Those black stones of yours, could they take us there?
Oh, they're gonna take it right there in an instant. Really far. But they make you stronger for a little bit when you take them. Make you see things. see things better.
How exactly do they work? Do you have to activate them somehow?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, because he is falling asleep. All right, 14.
Yeah.
You just throw it down on the ground right next to the thing, and then poof, there they go.
May I have one?
No, I can't get any more because these are from me and my sisters. When I find my sisters, we can just poof back. And
I remember.
And then it's not dangerous, and we don't have to take the roads. We can just go back, and hopefully by then, I'll be able to fight off the imposters that are there.
Oh, like the ones that are doing the mining?
They think it's us, but that's not us. I'm here. I'm right here, and they're over there. So basically, he's telling you the people who have his estate are imposters of some side.
Yeah.
Whether they're shapeshifters
Good,
or good at disguising
dwarves,
or whatever, it's hard to know. Yeah.
Homoculi, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Unsure. He probably
Unsure.
doesn't really know.
Somebody posing as them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I mean, my next goal would be to I'm going to rob that man blind.
D1's gonna send a mental message. The crystals, are they worth obtaining?
Ah, yes, the shard/crystals. So,
Sounds like it.
I think I'd try and get him back. Make sure he's with us. Maybe shake him a little bit. Five. I've got just one more question. Then you can just rest, and it'll be so nice. Tell me about these shards. These shards. If we could get our hands on them, could they help your family somehow? Could we use them in some way beneficial to your family?
Oh, the Sumanthi shards. The Sumanthi shards. They grow. They only grow in one part of the world. Two parts of the world. In our part, very protected because far too strong for the public. The public could take them and grind them up into dust, turn them into magic bombs, basically. You can also use the magic to put into ink, and you can cast spells and use forbidden magics, kind of require it from the past. If you want more, roll a persuasion check.
Oh yeah, because all that sounds terrible.
I
He
like
says,
definitely forbidden magic power.
Look at it. That was cool how it bumped it. That was fucking cool. 17. He tells you, without the drunk voice,
Yeah.
whatever imposters are there posing as them are doing this because he believes they're gathering up those crystals in order to use them in the big war to come.
For
To have
power.
an advantage for power, yeah. And he's worried about them kind of defiling the entire estate because there's a lot more there than just
Sure.
that. Like there's a lot more power there, and it's kind of one of two places in the whole world that radiate this power.
Okay.
So yeah,
I mean, I think we would share that message along to D1 and say, Rummy needs to steal all those shards.
Interesting.
very
Yeah.
rare.
They are very powerful and very rare. I mean, we also might have a way to go to there, but that is a problem for later, not really for now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
wonder. See if those stones he speaks of, are they a one-way teleport, or can they take you there and back if you use two of them?
I also want to know how many people they can send over. If it's just one, or if it's more than one.
I think it's one per stone, isn't it?
I think so.
Pretty sure it's one way and one use.
I mean, that would make.
I wonder if they
If
could
you
help.
had 3, Brandy, you could take all 3 stones.
I mean,
Teleport
I'm definitely
your-
taking them.
Yeah, teleport yourself there, and then you'd have 2 stones left to bring you and Rummy back if they work both ways.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to try and get that out of Five. Maybe if he's still, semi-conscious. Maybe I try and get him to drink a little bit of water and say, "Listen here, Five. We're worried about all that you've been telling us, and we really want to help you. You have these special sending stones, but it seems like are they only one way?"
Oh, yeah. You mean yeah? Yeah, I got the 3 of them here. Roll a persuasion check, Brandy, with disadvantage only because he's like barely cohesive. Come on, big rolls. A 9. A 9's good, actually, believe it or not. All right. As he begins to drift off, he tells you kind of under, up with weird tones up and down. He's very out of it. The stone, when thrown at the foot of creatures, anyone standing within a certain radius of that stone is transported. It is a one-way trip, and the stones only take you to there. They don't take you anywhere but there.
All right, which
They're-
is kind of what
they're
we thought
tuned to
might
go
have been
there.
the case.
Yeah.
So I would share that with the D1 and say it sounds like they're a one-way ticket.
You could essentially teleport your entire party with one stone, if that's what you're wondering.
Yes.
But only that.
Wouldn't get back.
And
then you
items,
would be
supplies, anything within a certain radius that you put there would teleport you. So essentially, if you had like a cart within range full of items and yourselves on it, you could teleport all of you to that place. Yeah.
But we all have to
Oh.
hold hands.
You have to be with the. You have to sing
And
kumbaya.
nobody wants to look silly.
Yep. You have to. It just has to be within range. Is all. You just don't know the range because you rolled a little bit too low. But I told you that. So.
I mean, we can attempt to get some of those crystals back. I don't know how far away this is or what kind of a travel it would take Rummy to. I mean, it could be weeks, it could be days, it could be months.
Would I have knowledge of the Shadestone place as far as how far away it is?
Roll a Let me see here. That's a great question. I was gonna say roll a history check, but I think roll a. Hold on. You know what? This is a hard one. I don't, because it's intellect for book smarts, wisdom for street smarts. I would say roll an intellect. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. I guess it is a history check. I'm an idiot. Roll a history check for me, Aliva.
All right.
Sorry about that. I had a moment. 11. So, in your studies, Aliva, you do remember hearing about the Shadestones, their bloodline, the keepers of past memories. You don't know too much more about it. It's a very secretive kind of family. You learned more from Fyeth here just now than you did from any books, but you do remember seeing it on a map. In one of your classes, in one of your studies, it was on a map. Sadly, the map only showed like kind of part of the coastline, and then there was like a spit of land that kind of jolts out into the ocean, maybe 50 miles before it turns into a peninsula, and then kind of reaches back into the land. And right at the very tip of that peninsula is where the Shadestone estate is.
Okay.
But you do know it's far east, and you do know that it's probably easier to get there by ship.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Well, if Brandy starts robbing the man, I would.
I will.
I would pointedly turn my back and mutter something about not seeing this and walk out of the house.
Hell yeah. Get
Yeah.
those shards for free.
All right.
No, I mean, I would take pity on the man, and I would take probably 2 of his 3 sending stones.
And he is asleep. You can tell him his breathing is slowed. His hand is kind of like curled in on itself, kind of on his lap, and the flask is, Aliva has the flask, right? So, which you actually still have his flask, Aliva. You can tell it's about a quarter full, maybe about a third full.
No, I dumped that shit.
Oh, you did. That's right. You dumped it. Thank you. I need to
Killed some plant with it.
And I would look at the lip of that flask and just kind of make the most dramatic grimace and put it down on the floor,
Nice.
while pointedly ignoring Brandy robbing him.
Yeah. All right, Brandy, if you would, you see him sitting there. He has his pouch on his side, kind of tucked into the side there.
Yeah.
You could definitely do some shenanigans here if you'd like. I'll give you guys the floor, and then we'll go to you to the rest of you in just a moment here. Thank you for waiting.
I mean, I think that having those sending stones would be useful for us, even for like almost an emergency getaway, but that could be dangerous. But no, I mean, I would definitely try and pickpocket him.
All right, that's
See if
excellent.
I could take 2 of 3 is what I would be kind and leave him 1.
Oh, that's excellent. I'll tell you what, Brandy. Roll a sleight of hand check with advantage, because he's drunk ass, like dead ass drunk. He's asleep. 24. That's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, really good. Brandy, you are so good at doing this. And Aliva kind of, are you still in the room, Aliva?
I'm either standing in the doorway or I ran into the house.
Okay.
I don't
You
acknowledge.
can't bear witness to this. Doing what needs
awesome.
to be done, Aliva.
I don't know. With a 24, she could be staring at you and still not see it.
It's true.
It
That's what I
burns
mean.
her out.
I'm like, if I don't see it, it's not happening. I am doing no wrong.
That's amazing.
So you know what you...
So you slip the coin pouch out, Brandy, and as soon as you slip the coin pouch out, you feel there's something else hanging on his belt there, and you see it. You only see it because you kind of bump it with your hand, and it kind of moves this entire belt. Something is hanging off of his belt that's invisible.
It's invisible. Oh, I
Yeah.
want to see what that is.
And you notice it from your really good sleight of hand check. I just gave it to you anyway.
Yeah, I'm
So
taking that. Oh.
yeah, you got it. And you kind of reach up and you see it's only tied around his belt one time with like a part of the thread that holds the sack kind of closed. If you want to kind of unknot it, you can probably feel it pretty well there. It would require one more sleight of hand check.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this one's regular. So we'll just take the first number. The sack. 18, nicely done. Brandy, as you kind of unknot it, you feel him. The stones.
Oh.
And he kind of goes back to sleep, and you pull it up just ever so slightly. And you kind of and as soon as you kind of pull it away from his body, you can see it kind of, like there's a sheen for a moment, and then you can see that it's like a black leather bag. It's clear as day. So you have in your possession now both of his pouches. The first pouch has a certain amount of gold in it. I think there's, if you want to kind of a roundabout estimate, there's probably about 30 or 35 gold in there.
Okay.
Between gold and silver and copper. There's also the stones. There's 3 of them. They're little black stones. They would fit into the palm of your hand. They're about that big, maybe the diameter of maybe a dime, like a marble.
They're small. Okay.
Yeah, they're really tiny, and you can feel it's quite solid. You know, you push on it, it's quite solid. It's pure black. You can't. There's no reflection at all from the light as you look at it, and it's almost like there's a little black cloud of smoke kind of circulating inside of it. It's hard to describe. It's almost like a little storm. It's kind of just swirling around in it.
Oh, that's kind of definitely very magical.
Yeah, definitely very magical. So you want to take 2 of the stones?
Yeah.
All right. So you do. You take 2 of the stones, Brandy. You have in your possession 2 shadestone. We'll call them teleportation stones. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, call them
Send
that. I didn't make
ways.
So yeah, one-way ticket. They have a range of 5 yards. I mean 5 feet. Sorry. So that means anybody within a 5-foot range around it will also be affected.
Okay, very cool.
Perfect. So that you have 2 of those. Do you want to take any of the gold?
No, that's chump change.
All right, Brandy. You have the other sack as well. Inside the sack, there are 3 scrolls. They're little, but they're scrolls.
I like scrolls.
Yeah, you can take them out if you want. They have a band wrapped around each of them with a little kind of wax stamp. It's kind of pressed into the seal itself.
Okay.
It seems to be what looks like a crystal, and then above it there's a hammer. In the wax.
Does that mean
seal.
anything to me?
I would say roll a history check. It's going to be really high, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh my God!
There's
Well,
a
how
brandy
about that?
Brandy
Is that high
doing
enough
brandy
for you?
things.
Serious right now? Perfect.
I want to know.
All right, Brandy, follow me to the whisper room, please.
It's so exciting.
That felt like an unusually long time for her to not have a nat 20.
I mean, it was coming.
It's like if every roll is not a nat 20 at this point, something's off.
Nice.
Yeah, me. I twice almost started laughing out loud during that description.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Now she's got the inside scoop of the sack and the stone.
Every description he uses, like your sleight of hand opened up and it reached up. I was like, "Stop it, Reese! Stop!"
Great.
It was all very, yeah.
The innuendo.
That's hilarious.
Inside the leather sack, there are stones and they're black.
There was a cord tied around it. It's like, wait, are we still talking about fucking the same sack here?
As you unknot. was like, wait, I've read this before somewhere.
This sounds familiar. Huh. Yeah, Brandy's rolls are always just insane, man. Like, what is that?
Yeah, they are.
It's like constant net 20s. It's like, yeah, like her batting average for those is like probably, what, 60% of like all of her rolls. It's like probably not even at 20, but probably over 15.
Hooray! Sweet.
You get the inside scoop.
Oh,
inside
yeah.
edition.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you all for being patient.
So, I mean, I've just learned what the scrolls could mean. So, these scrolls, they're not spell scrolls, but they are very, could be very informative in terms of Shadestone history and law and rules. So, I would probably take them.
Okay, are you just gonna take the whole pouch?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. Yep. So you have in your possession a pouch. Brandy, this pouch in particular, I'll make a card for you. This pouch, when held close to your body, is invisible.
Whoa.
Okay. Could I practice by if I put the
Yes.
stones in there?
You can.
Is
can
it
put the
still
stones-
invisible?
It is. So as soon as you put
Oh.
you put the stones in there and the scrolls, whatever you want, as soon as you put it close to your body, like on your belt or on a hip or in your pocket or like, somewhere close to your body, the second that you do, it turns invisible.
I've got an invisible pouch!
You do.
Don't you also have an invisible like cloak or potion or something too?
I do have a potion of invisibility, but
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
now I got my own
Yep.
little invisible pouch. This is
So
the
this
best
is like
thing ever.
really cool, right? Because like if you get searched or something by guards, they wouldn't,
You could put
They
something
wouldn't have
small
any
in
idea.
there.
Yep.
Something maybe of a magic nature.
You could.
You can sneak beer into concerts so easy now.
Or put an
Oh my
amulet
God.
in there.
That's amazing.
Okay.
All right, perfect. With that, guys, we're gonna hop over to the group inside here. Thank you for being
Yeah.
patient, guys. We'll come back to you guys because I have some stuff we have to do anyway. So
No, that's good.
let me hop over here. Thank you, guys. You guys are troopers.
We do what we do.
You do it well. All right. Okay. D1. Ronan and Griff.
I just
You
had
are
that
all-
we're still on the map of the...
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm changing it right now.
Yeah, oh, no worries.
Awesome. There we go. All right. As you stand here, kind of, you've waited patiently. You've dropped on the table the remains of the construct that was what you thought Trebre. And it's funny to you, in the moment, or rather at the moment that it happened, it was odd to you that you came back with this flesh and blood, what you thought was flesh and blood body, only to find out that it was only this construct of sorts. Although when you tell the boss this and he reacts in the way that he does with sorcery, like very upset, very but also not surprised. You get the idea the boss has been dealing with Trebre probably for a while now. As the boss kind of paces a bit between the back door and kind of the little shelf back here and his companion, he kind of goes to the back there and picks up a small crate, D1, and brings it back and sits it on the table.
While he was walking over there, I got one of those crunchy chicks off of the plate.
You got it, Ronan. There's like a couple of different kinds of like little cuddly creatures there, man. They're
Just
like the cutest things you've
fluffiest
ever seen.
looking little shit on that plate.
Yeah, there's you find a little purple and pink one with like really big anime looking eyes, like real cutesy.
I'm gonna say, like, and I thought what I ate was bad.
So D1, as he brings the crate over, he looks at you. So, it remains to be seen whether or not you can be trusted. But, in the spirit of good faith, he opens the top of the crate, D1, and you see within it a little cat, a little stone cat. Immediately, you recognize it as being similar to the one you have, actually, in a bag of holding somewhere. A little stone cat that, when you put your hand on it, you remember you were kind of instantly, vision-wise, taken to a room, a dusty old room with a shelf and a chest in it with some stuff on the shelf. It's almost like a security camera, if you will. Just kind of imagine that. The boss kind of looks at you, D1, and says, "Please place your hand on the statue."
You want me to touch your kitty?
Ha ha ha! Do you do it?
It's Schrodinger's
I'm
cat.
gonna let him know. We discovered a similar statue. We were, planned to show it to you. Unfortunately, our companion, who's unable to be with us at the moment, has it on them. But it's very similar. What is this?
That is the question, indeed. When you place your hand on top of the statue, you will be taken to a place unknown to me. Perhaps it's known to you. You put your hand on the statue?
Yeah, I will.
All right. You put your hand on the statue, D1, and instantly, as soon as you do, you are taken to kind of a weird, odd, oh God. Ooh, sorry about that. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that to you.
Then it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
You are taken to a cabin, D1. Immediately, you see there's like a lantern. It's hanging by a rope. And in the room here, there's like a little table, but you can see there's like a hammock hung with two boots stuck out the one side. They're just swinging there. The statue seems to be like on a cabinet or on a desk or a stand, but you can definitely see that it's in a small wooden cabin of sorts. You can hear that there's water crashing. You could probably get the idea that you're probably out at sea somewhere. But you could definitely see somebody. There's someone here. They're sleeping in a hammock.
Am I there in physical form, or am I kind of
You're kind of only
spiritual?
you're only seeing through the eyes of this cat statue that seems to be sitting on a stand somewhere.
Okay. Am I able to move my point of sight around the room?
You cannot. You're kind of set in a stationary position, like almost like a security camera would be.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I recognize or see at least what race or what type of creature is in the hammock.
Sure, roll a perception check for me, D1. And you know what? Do it with advantage. You are, because of who you are, and that's all I'll say.
Okay.
Because he's a machine, he's part security camera.
Ooh, thank God for advantage.
No kidding, right?
Okay, it's still a shitty roll, but it could have been.
It's still
much
a shitty roll, yeah.
worse. Yeah.
That's still a 10. All right. sorry. Here, I have you on the wrong screen too. It doesn't matter. Okay. D1. This is kind of this is definitely on a vessel of some sort. You can see the boots. The boots are something that somebody would wear on a ship, like taking long voyages on a seafaring vessel. There is a couple of stripes. There's a blue stripe down the pant leg, and a gold stripe as well. You also see something interesting. I'll give you a little bit more with your 10. There's a glow, a little bit of a light blue glow coming from inside the hammock. The person might be wearing a necklace or a ring or something that's very, very faintly shining a pale blue light.
Okay. I'm gonna look around the room and see as much as I can. So there's a guy in a hammock wearing a ring. I can't tell what he looks like or what. Can I tell what race he is?
It's really dark in here. Roll. I feel bad. I feel bad for you. Give me one more perception check, and we'll say we're giving you this because you're taking your time. You know, you're really taking your time on this. So we'll give you one more.
Okay, advantage or not?
I'll give you with the advantage. It's going to be pretty high, but we'll see. We'll see what you get.
Aye.
That's a 20. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
That is enough, actually. That's exactly what the DC was, the dirty 20. So that's excellent. All right. This is a human. It's really hard to see because it's so dark in here, but every once in a while, the lantern flame flickers just a bit and gets a little hotter, D1, and it just flashes the room a little bit brighter just for a moment. This person has a gray beard. You can tell, like a little bit of a gray, kind of gnarly beard from what you can tell, and it looks almost similar. Like you've seen this person before. Not in the too distant past.
But I can't place my finger on who it is.
Meaning this looks a lot like who you thought was Trebre down in the vault. Yeah.
Interesting.
They seem to be on a ship somewhere below deck. You can hear the water outside, so there's a storm.
But can I see the outside? Is there any openings or windows of any kind?
Doesn't seem to be any openings, unfortunately. It's just a cabin, you can hear some people shouting. Maybe you can't hear. You can't hear. Yeah, you would be able to hear the ocean and stuff. So you can hear people like kind of shouting commands. They're definitely on a vessel of some sort. Yeah.
But I can't tell if they're close to shore or deep in the ocean.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Yeah. Even with a dirty 20, just because you're limited in your perspective, because you're kind of stationary on a desk. You're not really.
Yeah.
You don't have the capability to move around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I could see sky, I could use the navigation of the
yeah, that would be great, right?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take my hand off the cat.
Oh, you're gonna take your... Okay, you got it.
And I'm gonna ask the croc boss. Have you looked in here? Is that Trebre?
You take your hand off the statue, and immediately, D1, you are brought back to this place. You look around, you see the boss. He's looking at you kind of intently, like patiently waiting for a response. As well as his table, they're all looking up at you, big eyes. As you ask the question to the boss, he says, I believe it is.
So he's definitely not dead. He was definitely not in the caverns beneath his home where we found him.
It seems as though you have been deceived, as I have been many times before. And he looks over at his Minotaur friend over there, kind of on the end of it. As you see, his kind of hand is laid out on the table, like plain in the open for you to see. Has that star kind of kind of a glowing brand, kind of, if you will, like magical brand in the top of his hand. It's a star with a little dot in the middle of it.
Well, I'm gonna look at the boss and say, well, we've infiltrated his domain once. I'm confident we can find him again. I have decades of experience at sea. Just from wandering through your little gathering here, you don't have many competent people in this room. You're,
Damn!
I love this.
Spice.
our little group here is your best bet for whatever it is you are hoping to achieve here.
He kind of looks at you, D1, in your kind of, your position here, kind of among many people who are like dressed in very, very fine garment, especially the Dragonborn, who seems to be standing here next to a prince or a king or something of royalty. They have a crown, and they all kind of look up at you, and they with like big eyes, and they look up at the boss in anticipation, thinking like he's going to maybe scold you or whatever. And he just kind of remains calm and let me just double check if this is what happens. This is what happens.
I give the boss a smile and a wink.
That's amazing. He kind of takes note as he kind of like looks over at D1, and he says, "That remains to be seen. Can you?" He kind of like takes a moment here and looks around the room once more. Give me 1 second here. All right, bam. All right. He looks over at you. He looks back at Bricks. And he says, as much as expediency is important, the wizard Trebre must remain elusive for the time being. Until then, I have an opportunity for you to present yourself to the family as a trusted member. Do you accept?
We are, in essence, missionaries for hire. I'm listening.
All right.
I think to D1, did you mean missionary or mercenary?
I think I meant mercenary.
That's amazing.
But,
I love it.
It all depends on how the croc boss likes it, you know what I'm saying.
I know.
I like prisoner.
This has got a whole different direction.
Are you guys passing any of this on to?
We also do reverse cowgirl, but you know.
Oh God.
We're just we're a sex cult.
Yeah,
Is this thing related
to
to
you.
Brandy and Oliva?
You were laying a D1?
Yes, mercenary,
Okay.
I will say.
Also, are you relaying the vision that you had? Because you can do that too. You can have it so everybody saw it.
Oh, the cat, yes.
Yep.
Yes, I will definitely
Okay,
do that,
you
yeah.
got it. Everybody saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
you can
trying to
also- you
relay
can also make
the
it-
entire conversation to Brandy and Oliva.
So
Yeah, that's what I was
also,
curious about, because I would definitely probably break something in front of Wyatt's house.
nice. That's amazing, actually. Oh, you can also, real quick, for the sake of it, so everybody knows, as long as you allow it, D1, everybody saw the murals in the cave as well through Rummy's eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
So everybody saw those. So there's no confusion there. All right.
I was going to
Things
ask
were
about that
awesome.
later.
I'll post them in Discord later so that you can look at them if you want to look at them and get a deeper
Oh,
closer
hell,
look.
hell yeah, man. Those were cool.
Yeah, thank you. All right, cool. Let me see here. Kind of the boss kind of looks at you, and he says, "I ask you, what is purpose? What is meaning?" The boss lifts his head There's a serving tray kind of next to him. He kind of like reaches down to kind of grab a furry creature. Ronan, you have one in your possession. Still, just reminding you. As he kind of
monster
reaches down, he says, "To serve a master, to possess so much power that the gods themselves tremble in fear at your majesty, or to be mere sustenance to something greater." The boss takes a creature, one of the creatures off the serving tray, and violently shoves it into his mouth and begins chewing. There's like a quick squeak, and like a little bit of flesh and blood begins squirting out of the corners of the overly large snout of the boss. And he says, "What purpose do you serve?" As he wipes the remains from the dripping snout, the equivalent of like purple cloth from his side before sweeping it back into the side pocket of his suit. He says, "My guess is that you are here because you want to be part of something bigger. Something transcends the mundane existence of ordinary men. Ordinarily, such an offer would only be extended to those who first prove themselves to a greater cause. I believe you would agree that an invitation and infiltration are two very, very different things. You see, respect isn't given, it's earned. And today, we're gonna earn it together." He steps forward, the polished tips of his shoes kind of clicking against the floor, D1, his fingers kind of tracing to the edge of something hidden in his pocket. He says, "Merrick von Calthrill," spits out the name like a curse. You guys hear it. "A traitor, a snitch, an infection within our ranks. He thought he could play both sides, feeding information to the Shadowmire Syndicate while pretending to be loyal to us. Loyalty is sacred." The boss's voice drops a bit to a whisper. "It is the blood that binds us, you see. The unspoken oath that keeps us alive. And Merrick von Calthil, well, he broke that oath. Today, strangers, a lesson." The boss drawing a black rectangular piece of stone from his pocket. The polished, glossy finish kind of glimmering in the dim light here. "Merrick von Calthil thought he could betray us and walk away, but betrayal has consequences." He gestures towards the corner of the room where Merrick von Calthrill is gagged and bound. Hold on one second.
So it was us.
And they bring, he's brought to the boss in front of everybody here. And he says, I'm sorry, one second here. He says, all right, Merrick von Calthil, I trusted you. We trusted you. I had my suspicions that you were working with that fool Trebre, but when you were seen by hidden eyes exchanging information to that ill-favored traveler, we have yet to track down. I had all the proof I required for your treachery. You exist because of me. Your body that should have been reduced to dust years ago remains alive because of me. Even after my generosity, you refuse to serve a greater cause. We welcomed you into our fold. We broke bread together. You yourself have upon your renewed flesh the mark of the family. A mark that is cast away lightly, never. Forgiveness is for the weak, you see. The weak are consumed by those who lead with ultimate power. And I've always believed in leading by example. He steps closer to Merrick von Calthil. Betrayal is like a festering wound. It spreads, infects everything it touches. So we cut it out. The black rectangular stone instantly forms into a blade in the Croc's boss's hand. And with that, the boss lunges the blade into Merrick von Calthill's chest. The room erupts and gasps, but the boss doesn't flinch. He twists the blade, ensuring that he feels every single inch of pain. Remember this moment. Remember what happens when you cross us. Loyalty is our currency, and betrayal? Well, betrayal buys you a one-way ticket to pain and darkness. The boss withdraws the blade from Merrick von Calthill, and he crumbles to the floor. You observe a pale blue mist released from the corpse and siphon into the blade before it is transferred back into the rectangular black stone again, and then he puts it back into his pocket. The body itself reduces to a pile of dust in front of you, clothing and some bone, and a ring left atop the pile. The boss reaches down, picks up the ring, smiles, and slips it into his pocket. Then he turns to the party. Respect is earned through blood, sacrifice, and unwavering loyalty. It seems as though we have room for some new memberships. He kind of like looks at D1, kind of in this moment, as the rest of the room kind of looks at you as well for your response.
I'm gonna remain. I have a mask covering my face, but my eyes will remain cold and expressionless.
Oh, I like it. All right. Do you say anything in response to what just happened?
Just that's an interesting tool you have there.
Kind of looks at you.
Damn, boss, that was brutal.
Loyalty is most important. So, let us get down to business. He kind of like looks in your direction here. Says, there are a couple of things that need attention. As he kind of looks in your direction here. There is a man, a lonely adventurer, lost his companions while searching through the ruins at the edge of the swamps. But before they succumbed to their wounds from the creatures there, a relic was found of great power. A stone as black as the deepest depths. It transformed the man into a chaotic mass of death and bog. Now the creature claims the area as its own, as well as the lost treasures and secrets there that are rightfully mine. Little is known of its exact whereabouts, aside from the husks. Like scarecrows, a crude construct left behind, standing watch. Static, still, warding off intruders from its realm. If you find a husk, you'll find the creature's dwellings. Find it, put it down, collect a stone and bring it back here to me. Little is known about the creature itself, because none has seen it, has lived to tell of it, except one, as he like looks over across the room over at Bricks. You will accompany them and be a guide, Bricks. You will find this creature, dispatch of it in any way you see fit, and then bring the spoils back here to me. Do not fail me, Bricks. As for the rest of you, this will be a sustained test of strength and suitable to show your level of commitment to the cause. He kind of looks at you in response.
Well, as important as camaraderie, membership, those things are all fine and great. Gold speaks, of course. Items as well. That triangle blade you have there. Do you have any other items of power that could be useful for us in this mission that you've given us?
Perhaps you... Maybe this isn't the mission for you. He kind of offers you a couple of different ones, and I'd like to, if you don't mind, just give me 1 second here. I'm going to if you don't mind, I'm going to just give you a couple of options here.
Okay.
He says, there's a couple more here for you. He says, as far as anything else goes, he says, there is also another. He says, are you squeamish? Does your belly turn at the sight of many eyes looking at you, long legs? The last group of adventurers seem just as confident and able as you are here. It has been a month and they have not yet returned with my eggs. You go to the mouth of the mother, otherwise known as the Whispering Caverns. Find the eggs and bring some back to me. I will pay you handsomely for each intact egg, undamaged and unhurt, and it will go a long way in building trust. Be sure to handle them carefully. It's probably best to not go in crossbows ablazing, if you understand what I'm saying. The tarantulas are ruthless and savage huntresses. Be on guard, or you will quickly find yourself wrapped in sticky substance, hanging from the ceiling, waiting to be drained of your life. While you're there, be on the lookout for the fools who were there, thought they'd be an easy endeavor. Bring me their silver and blue helmet of the elvish warrior as proof of his demise. The other two meant nothing. Do with their rags and wares as you see fit. He kind of hands you a little scrap of paper, and it shows you, it's a map, D1, and it's a little bit north through the bog a bit. It takes you to a cave, and that's apparently where these eggs are.
Me and my comrades are more than capable of pulling off any mission, obtaining any items.
Then this should not be a problem for you.
What's your priority out of the tube?
I love how you're talking to him like he's your bitch. It's so funny. He kind of looks at you and he says, there are 2 missions laid out in front of you for you to consider. When you achieve one of those, we can talk about more business.
We can start with the eggs and the helmet. I have no issue with that. You have a whole room full of people here. I'm a little concerned with you just handing out me and my comrades' jobs to other people. What kind of guarantee if we bring back these eggs and this helmet of this lost employee of yours? Do we have a guarantee that we get all high priority jobs given to us?
You go ahead and roll a persuasion check, D1. You know what? Just roll a regular persuasion check. Yeah, you're fucking rocking this though. This is funny.
Persuasion.
I want to try and give him the help action, but I can't really think of anything to do in that moment.
You could essentially, if you wanted to, Ronan, you could like kind of back him up, kind of stand there like with your back straight, kind of arms crossed, like almost intimidating, but not intimidating, kind of like, and I'll let you consider that help.
Yeah, that would give me.
That's a 10 right there. That would just give you advantage. So if you want to roll another d20 for another persuasion check, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice, Ronan.
I just fucking love how we murdered Trebre and now we're just like getting eggs.
No,
like grocery
I mean,
run.
what you think? Yeah. So a 10, as you get a 10, the 10 is the higher.
Yeah.
He kind of like looks at you, kind of like looks around the room at his other companions and leans in a bit to you and he says, do you not think that I could achieve or obtain anything in this land? Or, sorry, do you think that I could not obtain or achieve anything in this land with my family? As he like leans in to hear what your response will be. As you look around the room, you see there are many people here. And I'm sorry, this map again does not do it justice, but you look around and you see many, many people here who are large. They look They look tough. There are people here with very odd looking weapons. This person here has a glowing face, which you find very interesting.
Is that glow like a tattoo or
Seems to be.
like her skin? Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be some kind of a tattoo. Yeah.
Radiation.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you basically have two missions here that he's putting you on at the moment. You have the mission to kind of go and seek out something called the Swamp Horror, is what they're calling him. A man who was transformed and twisted by a kind of like. Hold on one second.
I'm just showing
A
you
dark and powerful.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yep, I have it. I have it here beside me too.
Nice.
Nice, man. So basically, you have the two missions here. You have the to find the swamp horror, and then you have the one to find the basically whatever spider eggs this is, and to retrieve a helmet of somebody who seemingly was killed in the cave, who was sent before you. So those are your two missions at the moment. You also have some other things that you're all kind of keeping an eye on at the moment, as well as this mouse that kind of seems to be running around the room, which you find quite funny. Griff, you've been watching it probably this whole time, just darting back and forth, getting a little piece of food that's dropped off the table or out of the boss's big mouth and onto the floor.
Yeah, the
Little
corner
piece
of
of
my
cheese
eye,
or
just
cracker.
like silently just trying to figure out what this mouse's deal is.
The boss kind of like looks over at D1. He says, "You are not from around here, are you?"
Let's just say I've been around, but here is definitely not one of the places.
You have the look of someone who has seen the sea for far too long.
30 years, mate.
Do you wish to see the sea again?
I'm capable. I would say the most capable you have access to.
You bring me eggs and a helmet, or the spoils from the shadow horror, and we will see what we can do. He kind of looks around, like he kind of looks at you, and he looks around the room, and he says, "Show our new friends how we reward those who will show loyalty." And he just kind of gentleman walks up to you, D1, and he lifts up the sleeve of his arm of his like shirt, and he pulls back his coat, and you can see there's like this shimmery tattoo that winds all the way up and around his arm, all the way up and around. You can see it kind of goes all the way up to his shoulder. It's like a whole sleeve. He says, "That is just but a taste." You see there's definitely a magical quality about it.
Magic tattoos, interesting.
So is there a reason why we can't do both of these things?
You can do both. I would prefer if you did do both.
Okay.
That would show true loyalty to the cause, and in turn, I will reward you.
I'd say consider them both done.
We are your best hope. I can promise you that.
If you wish to prove it, my friend, you can right now, right here. I only ask that you choose the biggest, roughest, scariest person in the room and challenge them to a fight in the pits. Wrap your fists in glass and show me what you're made of.
Is there anyone at your table willing to take that challenge?
They're all kind of like, they all like look down, they don't want anything, but you could see Earl all the way across the bar, who you have been meaning to get a piece of this entire time.
I mean, your whole
He's
damn-
really the biggest person. I mean, not obviously
This
not
big boy
not up
Cyclops doesn't
not
wanna go.
not his upper echelon of people down on the bottom.
I gotta look at the
I should specify.
boss and say, your whole damn gathering here is full of clumsy oafs.
Oh my
So
God.
pick the biggest one. We're gonna beat the shit out of him. Where's Earl?
He's at the bar. He's fucking huge too. You can see he's like very, very large. I mean, like, you know, if there was an Andre the Giant-sized person in here, it would be Earl. As these people kind of make their way to the edge here, the fight kind of over at the moment. You hear kind of the crowd kind of get loud and kind of clap. There's some applause.
I'm not doing your dirty work and fighting your dumb oafs for nothing. We'll take the missions, but I'm not climbing in your pit. I don't know what you think we are, but we are valuable mercenaries with vast experience at sea and on land. If you want us to do jobs for you, we will, but we're not here for your petty entertainment.
It's amazing. Roll a, let me see here. I guess an intimidation check. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, intimidation or persuasion.
Roll it. If it's if it's intimidation, roll it with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. And what about
if it's persuasion, roll it normal. Yeah.
All right, we'll do persuasion then.
Okay.
I'm not above a fist fight in a pit. I don't give a shit.
D1 for president.
14. He looks at you and he says, I respect your gump, but this is merely just a show of strength, not anything mortal.
We killed your giant bear, if you would recall.
I do remember it was quite entertaining. I only ask for the same entertainment.
I'll step forward.
You can choose
and
to or
just
not.
say,
It's
like,
up to you.
how about an arm wrestle?
Arm wrestle, yeah. Beat my
Do you
friend
say
in
that?
an arm wrestle.
Sure, yeah.
Oh my God!
hold
The boss kind of looks at you, goes, looks around the rest of his table, and they all kind of like laugh. He says,
Why are you laughing at the champion?
he looks over. You see his arms are like double the size of yours, Griff. Like his head is bigger. Like his whole body is. He's very, very, very big. He's a big humanoid.
Man.
But he says, maybe
Still
someone
probably
else
have-
in my company might want to challenge you. You gotta look around the room here. The Dragonborn kind of looks up at you, as well as the person kind of in the front here. This person looks at you.
I'll just like say, anyone with an arm, like, let's get.
All right. Let us take a quick break right here. It's a good spot. And when we come back, we will decide what we're doing here. D1, I don't want you to feel railroaded. You do whatever you want to do, man. I'm just giving you options because, you know.
At this point, I think we want to portray ourselves as, you know what I mean? Like, you need us just as much as we need you is what I'm going for.
Love it.
And trying not to, like, just be his, like, fall into the deadly trap of being his bitch, right? You know what I mean?
Sure. No, I love this. And I'm actually really glad that you're fighting this hard because this is something that you should be doing. So good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
perfect,
really,
guys.
D1 for president, man. He's tough on the
Did you see what I linked in general? You guys probably should know that, but I just linked what my flaws are. Yeah.
I love that. I have that. I have all your stuff right here beside me, and that was like the first thing I saw was like, God.
So this has been my flaw since like before we even started, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So he's playing his
There you
character
go.
really well. As a matter of fact, you earn a point of inspiration, D1. It's really good stuff. Yeah, you've been
That's
rocking
my,
this
motto
whole time.
for my dating fucking profile. Is
Take
great.
it till you make it, right?
Pretty good stuff. All right, be right back, guys.
Yeah, cool.
Same.
Yeah, actually, I'll be right back in a sec too, then, guys.
the old Rock boss. Yeah, fuck, I'll be back as well.
Oh my god, pizza.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, so many questions. It's like, what the fuck
Nice,
is
man.
what is the deal? Like, is this crazy like stone rectangle sword thing that it's
Cool,
gotta
right?
be his like artifact. Yeah. I can like fucking, control shit. I'm like, fuck.
That
gotta
has
be
like
super
ancient tech vibes.
Exactly.
That thing is fucking old.
Yeah, it's like this huge like question of like, what the hell is this crazy power? And then it's like, also, what is this little mouse? Just what's this cute little mouse running around doing?
Storing food in the hideout.
Did I not, when I was in the bar, notice somehow, I don't know, with perception or something, that there was a door in the back? Or there was a draft?
Oh, yeah. You actually saw a bookcase, too, with like a big scratch in the floor that you presumed was a door as well.
Yeah. I'm assuming the mouse is kind of going over there or around there.
Ah, right, huh. So it's on the back side of that, like. Huh.
Because I think I made the comment that, like, hey, if we need to make a quick escape for some reason, there is that option.
Yeah, the one that Alira had seen was on the bottom tier of the building. The one that we're closer to is up on like the top tier of the building where the boss is sitting. So technically there's like two quote-unquote doors that we know about.
Damn, okay. Yeah, I'm just have a
Plus the
feeling
entrance
that
you came
fucking
in.
mouse is definitely, something's going on, like, greater than we can tell.
Yeah, sorry I
Or
haven't done
maybe
much,
not.
Griff.
Maybe
We're
it's
gonna
just
have
a
to
mouse.
do some stuff here. I'm trying to go around here as fast as I can, but I'm still trying to like get all the stuff done. So it's like,
Oh, you're good, man.
You're good. You're good.
Just watching it all unfold,
nice, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back. So, if everybody is back, let's continue. D1, you get the idea that there are other missions here to be had with much greater demand. The thing is, you could tell pretty quickly, only because of the nature of who you are and what you've been through, and like your time at sea and being around people and like reading people and stuff. You get a good idea, a good sense from the boss here and from his companions that they really, really want to trust you, like because they know how powerful your kind can be from their experiences. This is what the impression you're getting, which is a lot actually. So anyway, you get the impression that they look like they want to trust you, but they're keeping their distance only because the boss is keeping his. But everybody is kind of giving that like, wow, when this guy joins the family, he's going to be like, we better get on his good side. You're getting those vibes. So you're getting good vibes from the room.
Nice.
Yep. Griff, let me change the picture back here.
Good vibes from all the serial killers.
Yeah. Right?
It's all good.
Okay. I'd just like to give you a moment here, because Brandy and Aliva are waiting patiently at the, at the dock house there. I mean, Hedrick's house. So, is there anything that you guys want to say, do, anything at all? I know you guys have been waiting too. Ronan, Griff.
Yeah,
D1.
but we're listening, and
Okay. Nice.
I don't think I really need to. Yeah, I'm good. Like I'm satisfied with my items that I've stolen.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd probably either like punch the door frame to Dave's house or kick something over if he had like a potted plant, because I'd be pissed that Herbert was still alive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's very much so. From what you could tell too, you saw a vision of him, and that was him, Aliva.
Oh yeah, I'm wrathful right now. Just
Like
wrathful.
100% him. Yeah, and you know it. You know it.
Yeah, I'm pacing on that front porch, just pacing.
Oh wow, gotcha. That's excellent, actually. It's cool. And in the meantime, Aliva, if you don't mind, roll a perception check for me, and we'll just keep it regular because you're fuming right now, but you would still be kind of aware of your surroundings here because you're still kind of keeping a lookout.
I'd love to have something to punch right now, so.
Wow, 21. Good job. So, yeah, so it seems to be pretty clear. Blue skies. It's nearing. It's nearing the time where your telepathy is starting to wear off. You're all beginning to kind of. It's almost like a phasing kind of effect where you'll hear everything clearly, and then for about a couple of seconds, everything will kind of completely fade out, and then it'll fade back in. So you're starting to get little pieces of full sentences instead of the full sentences. That'll persist for probably maybe another 5 or 10 minutes in game before we tune it down even more. All right. Is there anything anyone wants to do in this moment? I should ask.
I'm gonna ask the boss if, are these the most prestigious missions you have? Is there anything bigger?
Roll a persuasion check for me, D1.
19.
19. There indeed is.
The boss can obviously see me casting guidance, by the way.
It's fucking awesome. Dude.
I'm waving my hands in a guidance motion every time.
I don't even care. That's so funny.
He's
like
tipping the scale.
He would probably just smirk a bit because it's the boss. Like you're in a room full of people who, he would expect something like this. This is fine. You kind of fit right in. So, he says. There is another mission. It involves a little bit of traveling, but I don't think you would be up to the task just yet. He says,
Sounds like you don't know what you're talking about.
well, if that be the case, he says, I guess I am in charge of keeping the flow moving steady. If the farms are sick, then the food stops coming and my belly begins to crave other things. There is a terrible blight affecting the northern territories. The village and farms there are producing much less. There are rumors that only the livestock and crops are affected, not the people. It would go a long way improving yourselves if you were to perhaps travel there and find out what's going on and maybe even remedy the situation. You do that and you come back here to me with proof of your accomplishments, well then maybe we may just have a little talk. He tells you how to get there. So along the high road south until you come to a river. Follow it. Follow the river north through the forest. You'll remember all this.
How quickly can you arrange some transportation to get us there?
He looks around at his delegates around the room here. Transportation, they say. You see any horses around here? Any carts of any kind?
You're telling me everyone in this fucking bar just walked here?
That is an absolute awesome observation, Ronan. And I love the fact that you actually brought that up. The boss looks at you, looks at his other people in the room here. Smarter than they look, huh? Kind of looks around. You know, Ronan, because of your really, really, really good. Like, that was so good that you thought of that. I want to give you more, but I don't know how to. You know, in your past, through your journeys and through your studies and other means, Ronan, there are other means of travel and transportation aside from horseback and cart. Travel that involves kind of teleportation, if you will, or two points, gateway, if you will, between 2 points.
No, so magical.
So you're getting the idea. Yeah, you're getting the idea that somewhere in here, there's probably a gateway that leads to some junction somewhere.
I just figured you could get us ready to get on the road. We could do these other 2 minor jobs for you, report back those, and be on our way to take care of this important shit.
If you agree to all 3 tasks, I will set you up, as they say.
I look at Griff and I look at Diz and I shrug. What do we think?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is there an order we should do these in?
Well,
Whatever
I mean,
order you see fit.
What
And I'll make it easy for you.
For services such as ours, the price is pretty steep. We definitely should stipulate that either gold or some of its fancy artifacts are gonna be a good
we could use an
fucking
item
incentive
or 2.
here.
I agree.
We are
Indeed.
mercenaries after all. We're for hire, not.
A
We're not
portion
as
of payment
free
up
games.
front, I think, is what my friend is saying.
He kind of looks at you all and kind of agreed, without any hesitation, agrees with you, and says, enjoying the festivities for the remainder of the evening. At the end of the evening, I will have a bag sent up to your room.
Much obliged.
We guarantee all 3 missions will be done in a timely manner.
If you do this, you will have gained more than my trust.
I'll tip my pirate hat to him, and
Okay. Nice.
I'm gonna telepathically with the last bit that we have
Yeah.
to Griffin Ronan. What the fuck is with that mouse?
I know, right? Been staring at that all night.
Where's Bitters? He would take care of that mouse in a second.
Bitters wood.
Bitter's outside.
It's funny.
You think we can nonchalantly catch that little fucker?
You can if you can
No.
try if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
No.
I feel
Look,
like
we have a snowball's hell, a snowball's chance in hell. So yeah, we could, but I don't think we're gonna be able to.
Maybe lure him with one of those little pieces of cheese.
what could I even? I don't even know if I have any
We need
spells.
cheese and some string.
I'm going to try to cast a spell on the mouse.
So that will require a perception check for me. A pretty high one, so that you can sit here, be patient enough in the conversation, and also so you can keep an eye and make sure you find it and like look at it just at the right time. So give me a nice, good perception check first.
Oh,
I'll let you do this before you decide to cast.
oh
That
no.
is an 8. Do you want to keep it?
You know what? I'll use my guidance that I just got, or my
Your inspiration?
Inspiration, yeah.
You got it, D1. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
No whammies. There you go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Wow, man, you guys are great. D1, just as you continue the conversation here, and Griff and Ronan kind of continue with the boss here, as you all kind of continue your dialogue. You see the perfect moment. The mouse kind of, you watch his pattern. The first time he runs out, you just let him go. You just want to see his pattern, right? He runs along the wall, along to the chest, and then he kind of darts out in front of the, like right behind where the boss is, underneath the table, and then he kind of darts back the same way he came. He kind of goes underneath the door behind the boss. It's very odd. And as soon as you see him come out the second time, D1, you have an opportunity. What would you like to do?
I am going to. And make them into one size larger.
How many sizes? Wait, is this a creature object you can see? Well, you can see within range, they grow larger or smaller with the duration. All right, hold on 1 second here.
And then I'm gonna mentally say to Griff and Ronan, actually to Griff, I'm gonna go use your new hands. I'm gonna make the most bigger, grapple that motherfucker as soon as you can.
Oh, gotcha. Use my fresh hands.
See if you can grapple him and get him pinned down.
I might need to borrow that enlarge spell from you.
Well, he'll go from tiny to small, so he'll probably go to, trying to think. What is a mouse? Tiny, right?
A mouse is tiny, so like a rabbit would be small.
Yeah, let me look at I think I got it in our rules here.
Sorry, I'm looking for the token here. I have a token just perfect for this. I just can't find it.
So he's smaller than 2 feet, so he'll grow to be like almost 4 feet tall. Or 4 feet long, I guess. I'm not sure how that works.
I guess I'll just slowly meander
2 to
behind
4
the
feet
boss
tall, yeah.
as casual as I can, as this is all happening.
But he'll be much easier to see and catch when he's bigger, right?
That's fucking hilarious. Give me 1 second here. Oh my god, where are my rodents?
That's never what you want to hear,
Haha.
Nice. The Pied Piper.
especially on a fucking flight.
Here we go. Hold on. Weird. Oh, there it is. Okay. So D1,
Yes.
you see this little tiny mouse kind of dart out from underneath the table on its way back. And just as it gets close enough to the door here, you have a perfect line of sight. Here, we'll just move Griff just a little bit here.
Oh yeah, sorry, I meandered over.
No, it's totally fine. And you get a perfect zap right at the mouse here, and you, to your astonishment, the mouse begins to grow in size. How big is it? Like 4 feet? You said?
Yeah,
Like,
between
God.
2 and 4 feet, yeah.
So the mouse,
Damn nutrient.
just before it gets underneath the door, it like bumps its head on the door and begins to grow, and you can see it kind of like look around, almost like in shock, like it doesn't know what to do now because now it can't get underneath the door. So it starts to
Yeah.
scurry in a different direction.
I'll try and
do?
grab it. I'll try and grab it like a fucking greased pig. Like
Roll a dexterity. Actually, roll a acrobatics check with disadvantage. I don't know, with advantage. No, roll it regular. Roll it regular.
Okay, just accurate. Okay.
Roll a regular.
Or
Yeah,
athletics for
That's-
grapple.
Athletics, acrobatics.
I'll let you do either or. Either or.
You sure?
Yeah,
I'm
either
cool
or.
with.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
could choose either or. Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Athletics.
This is great.
Just okay.
Fucking 18.
God damn.
Wow. Here, let me roll against you because that's so good. All right, and I failed.
My stats are stacked on that.
That's excellent. So, Griff, you kind of face first, kind of plant down, and you grab the back legs of the rat, and the rat kind of like the
I wanna
mouse
put
kind of
him
like
in a
looks
chokehold.
around and starts to kind of nibble at your hand and does not hit. Like it's like curling its head back to try and get you, but it just can't. It can't get you.
Oh God, he's a nibbler.
What do you want to do? It's you have it in your possession currently. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna like fucking get him in like a fucking like headlock, you know, but just to
All right.
just to yeah,
Sounds good.
contain it.
You want to
I
grapple
look at
it?
the boss and say, "Hungry?"
I've been looking for that damn thing for a couple of weeks now. Bring it over here to me. You
I'll
you
just,
bring
like,
it over?
Yeah, I'll fucking slap like just fucking
You
slam
bring
it
it
down
over
on the
like
table.
underneath his arm, like you just bring it over casually.
Yeah, sure.
So you just like give it to the boss, and as soon as you
Great stuff.
hand it over to the boss, let me just make sure. Ooh, that's perfect. As soon as crap, man, my token. Okay, that's okay. As soon as the mouse kind of gets within range of the boss goes to kind of reach for it, and the mouse instantly changes form into a skinny person with a cloak on, and it runs towards the back of the room, down the stairs. Let me get the token here.
Oh, what the greased up death guy.
Wait,
Tell me if the size spell works on the person too.
So the mouse turns into a person?
Yeah, so this was apparently a person.
Fucking
So-
Ron Weasley.
if that would have happened within 10 feet of me, could I get a reaction attack on it?
I would say so if you're close enough. Well, it's over here, so you're pretty far. You're kind of is that?
Oh,
where
I
you're
thought
gonna-
that happened in front of the boss.
Well, it was back by the door here. See where the back
Mhm.
door is here. So it kind of bumped its head on the door as it kind of was enlarged. And as soon as that happened and it felt freaked out, you could see the human itself. The whole spell seemingly was canceled. And I'm pretty sure if I'm reading this properly, this absolutely goes with the rules of how this works. Because okay, so this is a concentration spell, but still, I think it is overridden by this. I don't know if that's right, D1, and I'm sorry if it's not right.
I'm concentrating on it. All this really does
Yeah.
is increase his size, but if he was casting a spell on himself and freaked out, maybe that would.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But here, I'll roll a save, man, just because I don't think it would be fair otherwise. So let me. This is gonna be hilarious, bro. If he fails a save here, because I think he would be a bigger human at that point, right? Wait, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, maybe.
he saves. He rolls a 19 anyway.
Well,
but
because
the
he already failed, so he was already bigger as a mouse.
He was big, yeah. So he got big as a mouse, and then as soon as he realized that he couldn't go underneath the door anymore, and he saw that you all had his attention, he dropped to the ground as a mouse as soon as you were trying to hand him to the boss, and he turned into a human and started to run really fast. Like he used some kind of a spell that kind of like doubled his speed, possibly. But in the midst of it, Ronan, go ahead and roll a. You wanted to try and grapple him as he changes.
I was just going to make a weapon attack.
Oh, you want to hit him?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit. It's gonna be roll with disadvantage, Ronan, only because, like I said, he used a spell. As soon as he reshaped, he used a speed spell here to make himself fast. So let's see what you get.
6.
6. So you kind of thrust out with your glaive kind of in the area that he is, and the boss sees you do this, Ronan, and that kind of gains a little bit more trust, I would imagine, from the boss, seeing that you're trying to maybe protect him in a way, and the mouse kind of just barely gets out of your range before you see it, or the person, I'm sorry, before it runs down the part of the part of the stairs here, and let me just. This is him here, and I'll mark him if you guys want.
Nice.
I'll say he's probably here at this point because of his double speed
And to
bonus.
say to the boss, you got a whole room full of people who follow your orders. You may want to yell out a command to catch.
He
that
says,
motherfucker.
Yeah, he kind of like interrupts you in the middle of, and he says, "Get that person now!" And, like he like points over at him, and you can see like he's running past people pretty quickly before a person. This is why I hate using the board, because you can see all the people here. He kind of runs past a table of people, and then past another, and just before he gets to seemingly a bookcase along the wall here, there's a very large person that kind of stands up and kind of stops him in his tracks, and he stops him right in his tracks.
Oh, another thing, I noticed Aliva's still in this room, by the way.
Is she?
Right underneath you.
Like what?
Oh shit! Oops.
And Brandy straight across on the other side, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I didn't notice.
There you go.
They were with us the whole time.
Oh
my
God.
immersion.
It's true. Perfect.
I'll get it,
So
don't worry.
this person stops him, and he takes a hold of his arm right here as the boss kind of looks down. And he says, "If I could get this faster, that would be amazing." He says, "Vanis, we've been looking for you forever. Now we got you." And he kind of like, you can see the people there grab him by the arms, and they kind of start to bring him closer to the boss here. And he says, as they take him to the boss up to the top of the room here. Oh God. The boss looks him down, and he says to the boss, "You've caught me, but what does it matter in this swamp? It's every creature for themselves. The croc boss, the bog baron, they're all the same. They use you, then they discard you when you're no longer useful. You guys better be careful with this one. I chose the winning side, the side that rewards loyalty with power, and you're just pawns in a game. You can't even see the board. But maybe, just maybe, if you're smart, you'll realize that you can play the game too. Come on, let's get out of here. Come on." The boss kind of stops him in his tracks. "Your loyalty is noted, Veneris."
I nudge the boss and point at Veneris.
Veneris. Yep.
Can I kick the shit out of him in the pit?
Ha ha ha! That is, of course, your choice. He says, he kind of like chuckles a bit and says, "Might be amusing. However, this one might be a little too weak to stomach such a beating."
You've obviously got some rats in your midst.
Spies everywhere. Kind of looks around the room. "Put him downstairs in shackles. I'll deal with you later." He kind of looks over at his companion here, and they both kind of the door opens behind them, and they both kind of like make their way through before you hear the click and the latch of the door behind, like a bar or something behind the door.
He was gonna say, you're welcome for exposing your rat spy.
I will take that into consideration when I supply you for your missions.
A small example of our capabilities.
If that is a small example of your capabilities, I would love to see what a large example is.
Give us time. I'm sure we'll impress you.
Well, time. We have some of that, but not much. So take the night, enjoy the festivities, for in the morning, you have tasks to achieve.
just tip my hat to him.
He kind of gives you a nod. As well as everyone else around the table, you kind of look around, they all give you kind of a nod. And the boss kind of goes back to the table here, sits down, starts feasting on another creature.
Okay. Is our telepathy over, or do we still have a few seconds?
So there's I'll give you a couple more seconds, yeah.
I'll telepathically just say, there's still some shipment happening at sundown. We might want to investigate that now that we have
we could go
the
take care of
evening
that.
off, so to speak.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
So
sounds
I'm
good.
still holding that fuzzy little thing.
You are still holding it. Yeah, what do you want to do with it?
You know, as the croc boss was going to sit down, I would have just ran up the glaive and killed it, and toasted him with it
Yeah.
That's
to a deal
amazing.
well struck. And then I'll eat it.
You're gonna eat it? Fuck yeah. Okay, it's actually pretty gross. It's like a creature, so it's got like flesh and bone and fur.
It's a crunchy
God.
chick.
You get
I shudder to think of that coming out the
Yeah.
back end.
oh no! So you get like purple and pink like little fur all over your mouth, Ronan, kind of like along with some of the blood that kind of squeezed out. But it's, to be fair, I mean, for little creatures go, it's probably quite good. I don't know. Why not?
As far as toasted critters go.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that fucking thing was raw. It was juicy.
Oh, gross. Tastes like a raisinette.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll just shudder and like think to myself, like, you monster.
It's horrible. No, perfect. And he notes
That
it
was no
kind of
peach.
like as kind of like a gesture of like goodwill as you kind of do you kind of like leave the top platform then?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So as you kind of like wander back down onto the bottom main floor here, you can see there's like the same as before. Festivities going on. More people getting more drunk. Earl kind of over at the bar, just kind of like I don't know, stirring up commotion to the people around him, kind of giving dirty looks and making comments. It's the same as always. As your telepathy starts to fizzle in and out, you kind of get the sense that it's starting to fade a lot in this moment right here. And I will give you one more moment of communication.
I
If
would
you all want
say, Brandy, Oliva, we're gonna make our way out to you.
We'll meet you outside.
Noted.
All right, sounds good.
All right, perfect. So everyone is heading upstairs.
Well, real quick before we, on the way out,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop and talk to Thalira real quick.
Yes.
I ask her if she's staying here for the night.
Ronan, I have a room here in the boss's lair, back beyond the upper level. Is there something you wish to discuss at a later date?
I just figured I'd ask you if you wanted to have some fun this evening.
Fun. Fun sounds good. What is your idea of fun? Put you on the spot now, motherfucker.
Yeah. Just a romp in the hay, if you will.
A romp in the hay. She kind of looks at you like you can tell
The
she's
swamp hay.
yeah. She seems much
A
older.
romp in the swamp.
But looks very good. She looks, she could tell she's got some age behind her, and she says, "I may just take you up on that. You may be hearing from me later," she says. As you go to sips her drink, kind of looking up at you a little bit. No. All right, roll a persuasion check just for me, Ronan. Just because we're gonna say just for fun.
Literally just for fun.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Thank you, sir. That is a 22. That means Ronan's getting laid. I'm just like,
The dice
90
god.
plus 4, that means I score.
Just stay away from Patrice.
I turn to Brandy and say, if this telepathy hasn't worn off by then, I might actually kill myself.
Don't worry. We'll get him first.
We're all dry.
I wouldn't
heaving,
be
sort of
mean and
pattern.
choose to share that with everybody. Come on.
We trust you.
that's awesome.
Otherwise, I'll send bitters in there.
Nice. Nice. All right. So, as you make your way upstairs, all of you, yes,
Or downstairs, right?
upstairs
Well,
to
down
the
and
next
then
camp.
up to go.
Down. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
down and then up. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's confusing. I know.
Off the balcony and then upstairs in the inn. Yeah.
Yep. Here, let me. I'm sure that I have tokens on here that shouldn't be. So let me. As soon as it pops up, which should be any second now, and I do. Boop. No biggie. All right. Perfect. So you got to make your way upstairs. There is no one up here, aside from Fallon here behind the bar, who seems to like never leave this place, which is quite odd. You see Bitters here, kind of. I think is Bitters still at the bar?
Bitters is out. Was out.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
out in the
outside.
ocean,
Yeah. Why the hell did I have Bitters in there? Weird. All right. You make your way into the inn here. Is there anything you'd like to do, like in the inn, or you want to go upstairs? Or you trying to, what is you?
No, I think at this point we'll probably just book it out towards the dock house. I would imagine.
Okay.
And nudge Briggs in the ribs as we're walking. Now you're fucking stuck with us again, ain't you?
Seems seems that way, Ronan. I would think more of calling it like being like you guys are stuck with me, but
Yeah. You talk later.
all right, perfect. So you guys, you come out of the inn here. Let me do this. Oh God, what kinds of stuff's going on here? All right,
Is the telepathy still there, or is it gone now?
It's
I'm.
gone.
It's gone. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So you kind of come out of the inn here along with Bricks, and we'll just go ahead and say that this is you, the remainder of you here, aside from Brandy and Aliva, who are down here still.
Yeah.
You kind of make your way out of the inn here. What would you like to do? You can do whatever you'd like.
I don't know if there's much. to
Figure
do.
we were gonna go meet up with Brandy and Leva.
Sounds good. You can do that too without much hesitation, without taking up any time. If you want to kind of make your way to Hedrick's house.
Yeah.
I'll just say, like, do we know where that shipment, like, is supposed to be delivered tonight?
Yeah. Well, they said. Well, the ocean's on the south here, and they said via ship. So I'm assuming near the docks or somewhere along the
I
coast.
think it's anchored just out the way a little bit. That was
Hedrick might know.
Oh, Brandy and Aliva had seen a ship out there. So
Oh
I've
yes.
seen it too.
Yeah.
Grab here. You guys.
The stars align.
Huh. Trying to put a dinghy out there, but it's taking so long. All right.
So we gonna sit on the dock and assess the situation.
Wasting time.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
things are sitting on the dock of the. Yeah, probably. Definitely
one big
form a
dinghy.
plan.
I know, right?
You'd call that a dongy.
Dog. There you go. That's more accurate.
There you go.
Yep. So there is and you can all see it like pretty well from your perspective here. I mean, it's pretty far, but you could definitely make out there's a galleon out there. The fog is starting to kind of roll in a little bit along the water here from the sea, but you know, it's still late afternoon, probably closer to like 5:30 now in the evening. Sun will probably set in about an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you're wondering.
Give us a little time to plan.
Yeah, a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the floor here. I'll you kind of like walk in. Do you all walk in the hut? Do you just walk in?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that what you do? Okay, because in that case, you would all see Fyeth kind of absolutely asleep on himself.
He is
He's
snoozing.
drooling a little bit there. I mean, he's really deep in sleep.
All right, the first thing I'll do is look to Brandy. How are you feeling? Is the amulet secure?
Oh, I'll stop Bricks outside and just kind of wait with him.
Sure,
Oh, yes,
Ronan.
yes.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Yep. And he, you stop him, and he kind of, yeah, Ronan, what is it?
So I had said you're stuck with us, and I'll try and be inconspicuous as I'm speaking with him. You don't want to be around with the boss anymore, right?
It's pretty accurate.
All right. Well, we've got some travel to do. I'm willing to look the other way if you decide to slip away. Think of it as an opportunity presented to you.
Wow, Ronan, really? You'd do that for me? Why would you do such a thing?
Because I like you enough to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I didn't think that you could get away with it, I wouldn't bother with it.
As appealing of a thing as that is, I'm just kind of stuck here at the moment. The boss, he'd find me anywhere I went, and I've kind of made a mess of things that I have to kind of clean up for myself before I can leave. I know I'm being really vague about this. The problem is that I don't want you all to look at me differently when you find out what a failure I've been. The least I can do is kind of lead you on. I can accomplish these tasks. Hopefully the boss will see something in me at that point. Maybe give me another chance to climb the ranks instead of just being this dog that I've been.
Fair enough, Bricks.
Thank you, Ronan. I appreciate that a lot. I do. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help also. I don't know what I can do, but
Just keep that in mind when these assholes inevitably, what's the word? Fuck, I'm having a brain fart.
Like traders. Yeah, like traders.
when they sell you out or something.
Yeah.
No,
They're
when
demise.
when somebody in the group offers him up as bait.
That's amazing.
Scapegoat?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Just keep that in mind.
No, thank you. I've been the worm on the hook before. That's for sure. Thank you, Ronan.
So while we're doing all of that, you guys are in there doing what?
Yeah. Let us know. What's the deal? What are we all doing in there?
While they're outside, I'll be inside, just checking on Brandy and Oliva and the amulet
All right, perfect.
while he's sort of
Just
distracting
in this-
Bricks outside.
No, this is perfect. Brandy, you have so far, and this is so cliche, and I love it. I don't even give a crap. You so far have not really had too many issues holding in your possession the amulet.
Yeah, so
It's-
far.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. But with that being said, I do need you to roll a Constitution save. I mean, Wisdom save.
I
for
knew
me,
it.
please.
Okay.
That's just how wise you are. Oh shit.
And you roll a 6.
Oof.
And that is
Oh, shit.
absolutely amazing, Brandy. As you sit here in the moment here, kind of just relaxing for a moment, thinking about what your next plans are going to be, you begin to hear very odd kind of voices kind of all around. It's hard to know exactly where they're coming from. Some of them seem to be coming from above you, some from below. There is one particular voice that you kind of separate from all of the others. Seems to be of a boy. It sounds very familiar to you, Brandy. Like, you remember it. Oh, you remember it so well. It's one voice that you'll never, ever forget, even though you feel like you should. The voice
not
tells
him.
you... The voice tells you... Take the bag. Be a god. Change the world. Brandy, I need you to move your character. Well, we don't have a grid here, so we'll just use this. You all see Brandy begin to move towards the door. And I'm sorry for doing this, Brandy, but you failed your save.
No, you're good.
You kind of move out the door here, kind of with a stone cold stare, and nobody really thinks the better of it in the moment, until you kind of like make your way out the door, and then people realize that you've left the door, and then at that moment, you kind of break into a sprint, Brandy. 30 feet, and then another 30 feet. You find yourself close to the docks here before Aliva and all of them realize, like, Brandy just took off in a sprint.
She's moving.
What would you all like to do?
I would immediately sprint after. Immediately.
Same.
Yeah.
So she begins to run off in the direction of the dock, and you're so close, but you're still just not quite there. And just before you get close enough to the dock to kind of make a lunging leap at her, I need Aliva, anybody who ran after Brandy, to roll me and...
Could I send an echo out?
Can I also
just
send a
spawn an
command?
echo?
Yeah, honestly, I don't like.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want here.
I don't know if I would have
Throw it at
let
me.
her get past me at the door.
Yeah.
She walked out briskly, like nothing was wrong, nonchalant. And then as soon as she got about a foot or two out of the door, she ran for it. She did that to be deceptive.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but can I use my command enchantment?
Absolutely. When she starts to run, what would you like to do?
Just yell the word stop.
Okay, can you link a command for me, Aliva?
Lincoln, you said?
Yep.
Try.
You just go to your... Yeah, you got it.
Good job.
Speak one word to command a creature you can see within range. Target must succeed. Okay, Brandy, roll a wisdom save for me, please. And in this case, Brandy, in any other case, like, you could just be like, oh, I want it to happen. But in this case, and I'm sorry for this, I kind of have control of you. Just for now.
No, you're good.
So please roll a wisdom save. That is an 11, which is a fail. Unfortunately, Aliva, I'm sorry. Let me see here.
I'm on the move.
And...
If she fails, it works, right?
The puppet master.
Oh, is it the other way?
You might...
It wasn't a spell save DC 14?
Oh, it was a 14. What am I saying? So at 11 fails. Sorry about that. What am I thinking, you guys?
So on Brandy's next
It's just
turn,
confusing because
she
it's like
stops.
backwards.
Yeah. All right. So what is the... Let me see here. I'm not very familiar with the spell, so let me just... The spell's no effect, blah, blah, blah. Typical commands. Okay, so you just want to command her to stop. And I guess she just has to listen to you, right? Target does whatever it's...
Yeah.
Okay, so So Brandy stops before she jumps into the water, and you could see Aliva. She was like right there. I'll let you get right here.
Yeah.
Everyone else who was
can we get
chasing.
our tokens separated so that we have.
Oh yeah, here.
That would be maybe easier to.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that we're on the map. Using this map here. Are you guys freaked out by the voices yet?
A little bit.
Sounds like
It's a good effect.
That loud one at the beginning was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, they have been kind of jump scaring me as well.
I feel like this is the average horror game I've been getting into lately.
Oh, nice.
Oh hell yeah, that shit looked cool.
So I
Alright,
don't
there we go.
think Aliva can dash and cast that, right?
Well, she would be. Yeah, you're right. She'd probably be pretty far back. I would say she probably got to Brandy before she got to the. Well, this is a hard one. I would say if you wanted to cast command as soon as Brandy started to run, Aliva, we'll let you do that.
I guess it depends, because I mean, if I don't know how far behind I would have been if she had got at the door and I had run her after her. I might have just frozen to yell that, but I guess it depends on how far away she was to begin with.
I think it's okay. I'm good with you using command. Command is it's a good use of the spell.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah,
I feel like I
it's
can
really
move
quick
fast,
on
but I
your feet.
can't move that fast.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Still halfling speed.
It's
Although
true.
she does
Yeah.
have boots that give her a little extra.
Yeah, you
Well, I
got
was-
30 feet, same as we all do,
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can
Yes,
dash.
yes.
on a bonus action, which we can't do.
Yeah, it's true. So I was trying to get her, but if Aliva tried to catch her as she was running down the dock here, down the bridge, we'll allow that for sure.
That
Because
makes
she's
sense.
using a spell slot,
Yeah.
right? So we'll give you that for sure. And if anybody else wants to roll an athletics check or an acrobatics check, or actually dexterity, so it would be.
I thought Aliva would just control her.
Acrobatics, sorry. Yeah. I just mean, like, if you saw her run out and if you all want to respond, you can roll an acrobatics check to see if you get far down or whatever, to see who's closest. But it doesn't really matter. Either
Because
way.
in theory, you would all probably move at the same time, right?
Yeah, that's
You
what
would be
We're all
yelling
just trying to
command.
stop you.
As you guys are like, wait, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
that's true.
She would have a head
Yep.
start on us, but.
But I'm just gunning it.
Sounds good. All right,
Bricks
perfect.
is with us, and the big token we don't need anymore. Is that correct?
That's right. Why is that shouldn't be on the same layer? Sorry about that. Bam.
You get a Monsieur Brick.
There we go. Yep. Where is Bricks? What happened to my stuff, man? I thought I had all this set
It's
up.
in the shadow
I don't
realm.
know what happened. Yeah, he is in the shadow. realm.
That's right.
Disaster.
Get me out of here.
It's so dark.
I want no part of
All right. Perfect. Okay. Brandy is stopped dead in her tracks as Aliva casts the command spell at her. As soon as this happens, you can see Brandy is just standing still. She's not moving her head. She's not making any effort to move back in your direction. She just stopped. What would you like to do?
Well,
Catch up to her.
we should get her.
Yeah, I would have.
Angrily,
Yeah.
I would have chased her.
Get
until I
me.
got to her.
About to be drowned.
Okay.
So
You
this
can
brings
get
up
to
a
her.
really interesting question. Brandy, did you put, like you were talking out loud, did you put the amulet in the invisible sack, or is the amulet still in the bag of holding?
I think she was scared to put it in the bag of holding because of that lore, but he told us.
Yeah, I
about,
don't think you
Yeah.
guys put it in the bag of holding. I think she just
Maybe
has it.
it's somewhere.
Well, because Aliva did leave the house because she was like, I'm not paying attention to this sack.
Yes,
Or
that's
these
right.
things. So
Yeah,
I
no
don't
one
know
knows where
exactly
this shit is.
that invisible bag. I don't know that you have that.
Did you put
No?
the amulet in the invisible bag? In the invisible pouch?
I
Brandy?
mean, do you want to know
That's
Oh
for
like
sure?
god, she
Yeah.
had
No, that was
space
in a
madness.
different pouch.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought that the stones and the scrolls were in the invisible pouch, and the amulet and the gems were in the pouch.
I
they
did
were in.
not put the amulet yet into the
Okay.
invisible
Well,
pouch.
because you were,
Perfect.
oh, maybe I should.
I was thinking about it.
I was like, if
but-
you did, it's gonna be fucking hilarious, and none of us can find it.
I know.
I
It's
know.
great.
I didn't put it in there, so it is in my. I have like a pouch on my person that's relatively visible that it was in.
Okay, that's. I was just gonna laugh, so never mind then.
Is that yeah? Otherwise, you guys would not find it.
Oh, I would have thrown a huge fit.
That's
She
amazing.
fucking eat it.
It's so funny.
Because you
That
would
would have
search
been
my whole
totally
person,
unintended.
and it would
Just
not
give
be
it the,
there
like-
at all.
Soul parasites.
yeah.
Oh man, that
That's
would have been good
awesome.
stuff. So you get close enough to her. She's standing there under the effect of the command spell. You can tell that's what's holding her currently.
It's not
You got 6 seconds of it though. I mean,
Yeah, I'll look at Ronan and say, let's just pick her up and carry her back in and see if we can make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to very gently, I guess, each grab underneath an armpit and just sort of.
Are you letting her hold on to the bag? Are you taking the pouch?
Is the pouch invisible? Do we know about the?
So she has the bag the bag of gems with the amulet in it on her side on her
Yes.
belt, I believe.
So that one is obvious to you guys because you guys know it as the pouch that we gave to Shadestone.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So that's obvious.
D1 will reach and grab the pouch then.
You're gonna have D1 grab the pouch.
Yeah.
All right.
He's touching the sand.
He's got the pouch.
Honestly, I'd walk up probably to D1 and hold up my hand and be like, I'll hold on to it.
So D1, you pull you pull the pouch right off the belt, and as soon as you do, Brandy, you come back to, and you see the blue sky above you, and you can smell like the dampness of the grass and such around you from the swamp. You kind of see your companions around you. You see you're outside. For some reason, you thought you were in the house like a moment ago, and you're a little bit winded, like your heart's beating a little bit fast, like you just ran. What would you like to do?
I got you by the wrist. I'm like, you good?
I would just look around and immediately look for the pouch and probably see that D1 has it.
Yeah. I'll
And be like, that damn haunted amulet.
You were
Done got me
beelining
spooked.
it for the ocean, little one.
I was probably trying to drown me.
You were doing the same thing Pyeth had done earlier. You were gonna end up in the bottom of that damn sea.
But you guys got me.
I mean, we're
You're
lucky
safe
to
now.
have reacted fast enough. You're a quick little bugger.
Aliva would have had me thrown over her shoulder in a minute anyway.
I would guess so. Yes, you were moving fast, so let me tell you.
Oh,
you
shit.
could
Yeah, that
absolutely
amulet has
outrun
some-
any of us.
Well, I mean that I didn't want you guys to know that, but
Yeah, it looked like you were trying
That
to
is
go
true.
drown yourself in the ocean.
which also why? Why does the amulet want to be in the water so badly?
Yeah.
I think it wants to be with those fish people.
But why?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Who
make sense.
are they? They're so ugly.
I mean, Rummy brought it to the water, but he didn't know it wanted to be there, and then ever since it's.
But
been-
it does.
For
I
some
think
reason,
it wants
needs
to be there because I can't imagine any fish person having the constitution to resist that thing.
So
What does the amulet do? We still don't know.
it seems to control people, but how is the
For
amulet?
what purpose?
Yeah, and what benefit does the amulet have controlling a malevolent fish creature?
They're
Maybe
so
it's trying
ugly.
to like return back to where it came, so to speak.
The ocean? The
Possibly. For some reason, it needs the dark tides to wash over it.
Maybe just like salt.
This amulet is a curious thing,
Maybe just a smoker. It doesn't have taste buds.
right?
All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. I'm feeling more myself now, but the problem is whoever is holding the amulet doesn't have long because they will also be taken to the water soon enough.
We're gonna have to play hot potato with this thing.
Unless someone has a set of gills.
I don't breathe.
When our current homunculus is,
Great,
you know,
so
in
you
the
can get away with it, and we can't follow you.
yeah. So
True.
let's not have him hold it, maybe. Where's the one that can't swim?
As soon as I feel some
Get him here.
As soon as I feel
Bring
some
me the
effects,
red
I'll
one.
pass it on for sure.
Put it around his neck.
What do we
Has
assume?
PTSD.
What do we assume our time is here before it starts to fuck with you?
I mean, I feel like I had a couple chances with it, and I feel like I made it past those couple chances, but eventually it gets you down. So, could get you on the first go, or not until a little bit longer. So,
Have you all held it so far?
I had it
Yeah,
initially. Griff had it at one point.
I've
Brandy
had
had
it,
it.
and I've
Diz
had it. But it seems like once you pass it to somebody else, it restarts your timer.
Then I'll try.
and that's okay.
Well, Miss Oliva, you are having a hard time finding trust in me and some of us.
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, I do
Is it
understand.
because we steal stuff?
I do understand we did deceive you at first, but you have to realize you were a stranger at the time. But the fear
Not
we
just at
have
first.
is,
They need the lie.
yeah, the fear we have is if you don't trust us, it makes it hard to trust you.
Look, at this point, I have one priority, and it is not that amulet. My priority at this point is finding Trebre. And now that I know he's alive, I'm willing to do things I was not willing to do before, including work with you to more of an extent.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Brandy to check in the bag of holding, and we have a cat statue in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
That was similar to the one. Can
We
we
do.
retrieve that?
I'm curious
Yeah.
what would happen if my echo
Always know
held it.
where animal-related things are in this bag.
Yeah, if you can find that, I'll take the cat statue, and I'm actually gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna hand the cat statue to Oliva.
All right. You're gonna get the cat statue out of the bag of holding?
The bag.
Yes?
Yeah,
Mhm,
and then I'm gonna hand that to Oliva and say, this should help you keep eyes on the wizard.
I
Looks
don't
suspicious,
think-
but then take it.
You're gonna take it?
Yeah.
All right, Oliva, you are instantly brought to a dark cabin. On the you can hear the sound of ocean waves hitting the sides of maybe a boat. You're definitely on a vessel. Apparently the same vessel that you remember like seeing through the telepathy that you were allowed through D1 from before. It's the same exact scene.
Okay.
You can see Trebre, plain as day, taking a nap. He is now rolled over a bit. You can get a really good look of his at his forehead and his like the bridge of his nose. There's a very particular scar that you see on the left side of his face, right below his left eye. It's absolutely Trebre, without a mistake.
Are there any landmarks in the distance that I can see in the water?
You are in a cabin, Oliva, and unfortunately
Okay.
there are no windows that you can see.
Oh, okay. Any
Any
sort of map or even like cultural item nearby that I can
Oh,
pinpoint or recognize?
roll a perception check for me. Let's see. Because D1 did too, so. This was just a little bit ago, and it seems as though this scene changes from time to time, depending on when you're looking at it.
Woo!
What do we got?
26.
26. Wow, 26.
Listen, I hate this man so much. I'll see anything about him.
Yeah, no, crap. I gotta give you something good. Yeah, all right. Oliva, you see on the table next to the lamp, or the lantern rather, where the lantern is hanging, there's a little table. And what you see is a couple of coins. The coins aren't the funny part. The funny part is that you can see the detail on the head of the one coin because of the way that the lantern light is reflecting down onto the surface of it. It is the head of a ruler that isn't that far from where you're at right now. It's probably up the coast, maybe 200 miles
All right, but
So-
I know which direction then.
You do. It's
Okay.
northeast. Northeast, yeah, along the coast. Sorry. My direction's all messed up. It's south.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's south. I'm sorry. South along the coast, about 200 miles. There's a kingdom down there that utilizes this kind of coin.
Okay. Good to know. You guys are going toward there or away from there? More than likely.
Yeah. But this seems to be something that you have constant surveillance over. Whether or not Trebre knows is another question.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely obvious that you can see into his cabin.
Yeah. I mean, I eventually would stop looking through it and be like, where did you get this? How'd you acquire it?
It was in the. I'm trying to remember
The
where did we
caverns
get it?
underneath.
Yeah,
Trebre's bed.
or was it? I think it was on the counter in Trebre's home on the top floor, wasn't
It was.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just tell her
One of
it
his
was
magic
in
items.
Trebre's home.
If you can use this to see him, can he not use a similar device to see you?
We have no idea what Trebre can or can't see. I mean,
That's
we
why
just
we
keep
can
hearing
that in the
he's,
bag of holding.
yeah, he's a powerful wizard, but I don't know if this thing works two ways or if it's a one way or if it's.
It has to work two ways.
Otherwise, why would he keep the other one?
Well, the Croc Boss has one.
Yeah, I imagine they're built-in sets.
Yeah, so does Trebre even have one? Was there three or was there only two and we have one and the Croc Boss has one?
I imagine that they work like sending stones.
Which means that there would only be two, which means maybe the
Yeah.
Croc Boss has Trebre's, or the Croc Boss has one and we have Trebre's when Trebre.
Well, that makes no sense. Why would it follow him from the same perspective then, unless it had like a direction with which to look at him? Like,
Yeah.
there has to be something drawing it to a certain side of him to have the same point of view.
And the fact that this was in his home means that this might be his personal one, and he obviously left in a hurry, maybe didn't bring it, I don't know.
Either way, I'd name the coin that I recognize or whatever and be like, which is approximately 200 miles south of here. That's where I'm interested in going.
Well, it's just the coins on the table.
Well, we also have work that has been commissioned to us from the Croc Boss, which, if we take
It's a
off-
good lead, but we've got other shit to do at the moment.
I mean, well, we still. Are we
Yeah,
gonna
I'd say
have
one
another
step
chance
at a
to
time.
talk to the Croc Boss and maybe discuss this with him? He did say finding Trebre was secondary at the moment. For his purpose, at least. But I'm on board to finding this motherfucker with you, Oliva, at some point.
Are we staying here the night then?
I think we're just gonna lay low for an hour till sundown and see if we can, there's supposed to be a transaction of extremely valuable live cargo, which I personally find very interesting.
I hope it's not people.
I hope
If it's
not,
people, everybody that's not in a cage on that boat gets to die.
I hope it is people that.
All right,
Right.
perfect. So we are kind of gathered here, kind of around Herbert's house, around Hedrick's little house here. Brandy's kind of back to her normal self now. Now that D1 has the amulet, and all of you are kind of contemplating, deciding on what to do with your next step, considering that the sundown is probably within an hour and a half, which means you have a little bit time to plan and prep, and also a little bit of time to kind of like set stuff up if you need to. And I think that is a perfect place to call it for the evening.
Nice.
It's a good spot. And when we come back next week, we are going to do some stuff. I don't want to ruin anything. So good
Perfect
job,
cliffhanger.
everybody. Good job tonight. Now we have a little bit more of an understanding of what's going on here, and
Yes.
like you guys will be able to really decide what you want to do. So, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. If everybody's
Sweet.
good, I'll stop the
Peach
recording.
it.
Yeah, sounds good, man. See you next week.
Same bat
Mama?
time, same bat time.
Be there. Be there.
Be there and be squared.
Be there.